Hi, this is Russell from Sompting District Model Railway Club. It's Saturday the 9th of May 2026 and it's our annual exhibition at St Peter's Church here in Sompting.
My name's Matthew and I'm the exhibition manager for the Sompting District annual exhibition here in Sompting. So we've got around 15 layouts here today. We've got O gauge, N gauge, double O gauge, we've got analog, we've got digital, we've got a whole sort of range of layouts. Some of the layouts are club layouts, and we've also got some guest exhibitors, including two YouTubers, Model Barmy, which is Jason Pierce, and Mike Potter from Budget Model Railways.
I mean, I don't remember this bit, but the old days they used to march them through the town.
All right, yeah.
They used to, through the centre, all the animals to go.
My name's Jason Pierce. I have a YouTube channel which is New Model Barmy, and I model in lots of different scales. I particularly like this show. I like supporting the Sompting Club, although I'm not a member. They always make me feel very welcome. It's one of the nicest shows that we do. Everybody's very friendly. I principally build what we would term as micro layouts. Layouts inside wine boxes. I've got a layout in a Turkish delight box, in a wooden pencil case. I've got a model layout that is a 009 that goes around a cake, which is a sponge mine. So I'd like to do stuff that's very different, and I don't like to take this hobby particularly seriously, because a lot of people do, and I think it should be fun. Yeah. One of the layouts I bought today is my garden railway layout, which is a bit of a nonsense of different scales. So it's running a chap riding round behind his loco that he runs in his garden. So if you like, it's a model of a model. So it's built to 1/35th scale using an N gauge loco. There's also a track inside that, which is Z gauge. As I say, all built to 1/35th. He's been riding around on his train all day. He's promised his wife that he would walk the dog. She's looking very annoyed because he hasn't done that. The dog's sitting looking at her. She's holding his lead. So it's a story in itself in a tiny little box, really. The other one is a bomb store. So it's a Second World War military-based OO9, which is a narrow gauge railway. And that was inspired purely by a photograph that I saw of a munitions store called RAF Fold, which sadly blew up in 1944. Hopefully mine won't blow up, but it's based roughly on that. And I've modelled the locos exactly as the ones that were at RAF Fold. So I do quite a lot of military layouts as well as the novelty ones. So I just really wanted to bring two layouts that are almost polar opposites, one novelty, one based on a very serious kind of subject.
Thank you. that's amazing. It's going to come out off the backwards.
I'm Richard. I'm the chairman of the Sompting District Model Railway Club, and I've been a member since March 2020. So I joined literally a week before lockdown. I was always been into modelling, so the Revel and Tamiya and Airfix sets, and I was looking for something to do on a Sunday afternoon during the wet weather in the winter, and so I started making Metcalfe sets, and that then grew my interest into model railways, and I was looking for a nice friendly club locally to where I live, and so I came across the Sompting Club, and I've become a member ever since. What struck me, Russell, is that how friendly everybody is. Everybody is good and friendly to talk to. Nobody's prejudgmental, and everybody just wants to help each other. And it's really good social interaction with everybody every couple of weeks. It's fantastic.
We've had quite a lot of visitors to the show.
It's been amazing. 2026 so far has been a record year for us, and that's come down to a lot of the members pushing and advertising the date of the show today. I mean, so far we've had over 300 people come through the door. It's been great to chat to everybody. Everybody's got their own little interests. Hopefully we've encouraged a few people to come along and see what we're going to be about every other Friday. So yeah, look on the website to see when the next night is and make it a date.
Herald. I've never seen one that's actually of that scale where the actual bonnet lifts up.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. They had a real one, a real Herald estate. A long time ago.
Got involved with the Sompting Club because my son and I were invited to exhibit here some years ago, and we were completely blown away at how friendly everybody was and how welcoming. There's no pretension or snottiness or snobbiness about it. They're just a great group of people. And at the time I was doing other hobbies. So when those hobbies finished and I wanted to join a model railway club, rather than come to any of the local clubs, and I travelled for about an hour to get here, I knew I wanted to come to Sompting because it's a great group of people that I know, that are very friendly and helpful. I really enjoy coming along. It's not just the railways, there's a good group of people, it's a good crack with a good natter, and some of it is about railways. Today I brought a little layout that goes in a hard case that sits in a rucksack that I then put on my back and I bring over on my motorbike. So it's unusual and novel because it travels by motorbike, but I also wanted to do something that was an interesting layout in itself, and it's a tram layout, an end-to-end but in a U shape, and I can alternate trams running in, and it's got a kind of Mediterranean European scene about it, which is also unusual. So I've been quite pleased because people are interested because it travels by motorbike, but they also enjoy the layout in its own right, which I think is important because if there wasn't the backstory, it's still quite a nice layout. And I've been really impressed and really pleased at how people have enjoyed it.
What would you say to people that thinking about how do I get started in this? It seems very expensive, very complicated.
I think the main thing is it can be very expensive, but look at things like the various channels where we talk about doing things cheaper. Come along and have a word with the club. You know, we're not a club that are all about how much money can you throw at it. Like I said earlier, there's no snobbery about, well, how much did that cost? Being impressed by large sums of money. Most of us are building them on budgets and we're building them simply. You know, come and talk to us. I was talking to a mum and her son earlier and said, look, we can stop you making the mistakes we all made. Why invent the wheel? If you come along to the club for a couple of nights, talk through with us what you want to do, and we can explain to you what some of the pitfalls are so that you don't waste money or time doing something that none of us are that clever. We all learned the hard way how to do it. But there's no point in reinventing the wheel. So certainly if you're local, even Worthing or Brighton, then I would say have a look at the website and think about coming along to see us one evening, and see if we can help you with your model railway. full frontal load, is it?
What would you say to people that say that railway modelling is an old man's hobby?
Never. I don't consider myself an old man, not yet anyway. So it's one for the ages. You know, it's got everything for everybody. Modelling or trains, layouts, electronics. It takes a lot of work to put together a layout, and you need to be a jack of all trades, and you learn so much to do it. And it's a great way for meeting new people and exposing yourself to the life of being a model railwayer.
And today, like parents of children probably are used to kids being on their phones, their iPads, you know, computers, the internet all the time. So like in this like digital age, you know, what is there for young people in this hobby?
It's down to imagination. It's a different type of imagination for everybody. I think it teaches people to be a lot more patient as you're putting together a model railway. It at times can be frustrating, but that's what you learn, and I think you don't get that by looking on your iPad or on a computer game or YouTube. You know, there's a lot of skills that people can develop, and I've certainly developed a lot of skills. There's a lot still yet to learn.
Lovely, thank you for coming. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for making the effort. The next one for us will be this time next year. Yeah.